welcome back to Sticks and Strings. I'm Naomi.
I'm Beth.
I'm Eve.
Why do I always feel taller than you people? Sit up straight.
Maybe you just
because you are taller than me.
You're taller than her, you're not taller than
That's
me.
not hard, though.
What?
It's not hard to be taller than Eve. Anyway, welcome
Everybody's
back
taller than Eve.
to the end of February, beginning of March. When you see this, it will be March.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome to March, and here's our spring flowers. Eve made every single one of those out of paper, if you can believe it.
Excuse me.
So,
Yes, I did. I made them 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think so.
And
pretty.
I love them, and all of my craft paper is
In storage.
storage, so I'm like,
Well,
I can't buy that again. It's too expensive.
So I was doing today. I was looking for threads for my March WIP-GO stuff, and I was like, "Oh, it's in the. Oh, that's in storage. Oh, that's in storage."
Oh, you guys. Oh my gosh. Well, we're back, and Eve's gonna go first.
Yes.
Yes, because I have a finish.
Yay!
Yay! I am so happy, and this was one of my oldest WIPs. I work on something when I want normally, and yes, I may put it on WIP-GO for some kind of goal. I don't keep track of whether or not I do that goal, but this concentrate on that project has really helped me. Now I'm doing WIP-GO to just do new starts. Has that been the only thing I've started? No. But just to have me start some of the stuff that's in my stash. But
Are you doing the 25 and 25?
yeah, well, it's going to be like
28 and 25?
30 or so. But anyway,
20 something.
on the vein of do you FFO right away,
Last week's question.
I have had this says, sticker on the back says 2016. Because I kept thinking, I don't want to put a picture on that, but I like it. It has a little stand, it has a hook, and guess what, guys?
What does it say? Merry
It
Christmas.
says
It was from Bass Pro Shop. You could go get a free picture with Santa, and they gave you this and the picture.
Oh,
It's
that's nice.
It was a Polaroid, and I took my group over there,
Oh, okay.
and I even got a picture with Santa, but I'm gonna go put it on this and stick it on a wall. Anyway, it fits on here with just a little bit around, and I don't need a lot around. It has a clip up here. It was rotated down, but it rotates up, and so I can clip something like a bow or something up there. So I may use this very soon.
That's cute.
So yeah, and I really like the fact that I can stand it up or hang it. Have that option. Oops, sorry about the noise. Sorry. So, what I was supposed to be concentrating on the second half of this month was cross-stitching for fun, Art Deco Spring. I worked on cute boots instead.
Yeah, you got it done.
And then when I was done with that, I went to go start working on it, and I was having a nightmare of problems. I started on, there's a daffodil right here. I have frogged that thing twice.
Oh no.
And I finally said, okay, Eve, you're going to have to just make an eye dialysis appointment.
Oh no.
Because I would stitch it and go, that is not in the right hole, And then I'd frog it and go, oh yeah, it was.
No.
Just stuff like that. So my eyes have been hurting, which is always to me a big tell that I really need to get new glasses. So I have not made a whole lot of difference. But I finished this bug down here. and he has arms and legs and everything. That's about it. But, and I got a stem. I did a stem.
But you discovered that you need glasses, so that's an accomplishment.
Yeah, my insurance will pay for a new pair, but not the way I like them. And I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and have it however they'll be willing to pay for. So even though it's still February, I'm not going to work on that. This room is not bright enough for me to be able to even attempt it. And with my eyes hurting, I'm like, no. So
Didn't you say you were going to make an amigurumi frog for what's his face? And maybe you need to make one for yourself.
no, I want to buy the new Animal Crackers frog.
Oh yeah. Colin was talking about
That he
the
doesn't
plagues.
like frogs.
The plagues, and he said he the frog one would gross him out. So Eve was like, I should make one of those frogs.
Oh, one of the pastors at your church.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I decided I needed to work on something that, if I'm in this room, that I'm going to have to work on Ada. And I don't want to start my new starts until tomorrow. I'm usually not that legalistic about things, but I'm going to try. So I decided, since I had the bag for it here, I'm going to do some more work on this Rollis kit. It's called Little Hedgehog.
Cute.
I can't wait until I get to the part where I can put his little hands and feet in. Because they're so stinking cute. And so I'm going to be working on that kind of sort of here.
What's it
maybe.
like working with that wool?
I like it.
Yeah.
And it's you can feels different.
Oh, that's neat.
You know, I got some wool thread that I got at what do you call it? Stitch-a-long, but it's like kind of these funky colors. I don't really. It was like a giveaway or something like that, and yeah, I put it away because I don't know use it.
I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
So, my temperature chart. Is this right side up? It's not even the right version of it, but you'll see a picture of the right version of it. I think. I don't know. Because the right version of it has our logo on it. It has been so hot here.
Hot is relative.
It's been 90 degrees
That's relatively
in
hot.
February. And for this time of year, I'm just like, really? Really? Of course, it's supposed to get cold again now. Again, relative. But, yeah. But I did finish the octopus. I did, again, Ada. I did finish the octopus. I put in the starfish. So next week, I've got to put these in the back or something. So next week when I work on March, which is going to be over here, I'm going to have to put the water all the way across. And I might get to start putting in seaweed down the sides. But I'm really loving the way this looks.
Miss it. Oh, pretty.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Now, Vicki contacted me.
Mm.
And she says, you've infected me with a desire to do shiny. And so she's going to make her starfish shiny.
Aw, cute.
I'm like, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait. I think it'll be so cute. But I want to make mine the way the called for is.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be boring. I don't, but I will. So the only other WIP I'm working on is, this is called Little Crystal. And here's a picture because I don't know where in all my bags is. Oh, I didn't bring it in here. I got his little ears on. Look at his little ears.
The different hook has helped.
It did quite a bit.
Let's see.
And
Was
this
it
is
attached?
what?
No.
Oh, no. No, this is attached. I've been working on his body
Is this the yarn that's unrolling itself?
It's split, and I think I caught it on something and it started splitting.
That's cute.
That's very cute. I figure I can always hook a different thread on it and
Yeah.
work with that if I need to. And so the body is maybe about this much taller, not a lot taller. Well, I'm not sure. But you only half fill it, kind of, and squish one end. And so it's going to go around the back of the head. And then the tail is going to come around the front. I'm like, that is so cute.
Nice.
I can't wait to get this, like, finished. Do I have any plans for it? No. And I've seen on YouTube some more amigurumi patterns that I would like to try. There's a couple of bunnies that are so cute. Anyway, it's I go to my room to go to bed, and it helps me relax while I'm getting sleepy. So, yeah.
Nice.
So in March, I will be concentrating on Be Happy. This is by Cross Stitching for Fun.
Oh, so cute.
And gee, I wonder why I would think about doing these guys. Little gnome bees.
They're so cute. I love them.
Yeah, they're adorable. But I'm not very far. And this is a mystery fabric that I dyed. I think it's 14 count, but it's Ada. And here's the little bee guys.
The dog stepped on me.
I haven't gotten very far. But I did this in a day. So it shouldn't take me very, very long to finish that. And this is my other thing to concentrate on. Both of them for Naomi. This is, I call it Art Deco Cat. The actual name is Black Cat, and it's by Cross Stitching for Fun. And they have a Facebook page, and from their Facebook page you can link to their shop. It is not an Etsy shop, because Etsy was mean and canceled them because one of them was Russian.
As though it was their fault. Anything that
Because
happens.
the little shop owner, they're the ones that tell the government what to do. So
Oh, they're the ones that flipped it for you, right?
yeah, I contacted them and they flipped the pattern. So sweet.
So cute.
And when I'm done, because I won't remember if you tell me now, one of these is Calvin and one is Hobbs.
The darker one is Calvin. I mean, the darker one is Hobbs. And the lighter one is
But
Calvin.
I thought I would put their names under here. Maybe. You would know, but I thought it'd be fun to put their names under there for people who walk in your house.
Yeah.
See Calvin and Hobbs. And that way they know.
That way you can remember. Because none of them.
I can remember. One of those cats.
So
It's like my mother. My mother could never keep my cats.
Well, my
name.
mother couldn't keep us straight, so.
Yeah.
So my WIP-GO calls for new starts. And now I'm very happy that they're both Ada. And both of my projects that I'm going to concentrate on are Ada. This is good. Give me time to get the new glasses in, because you don't get them instantaneously. This is Stitching with the Housewives. It came out in 2000. No. When? I'm sure it has a copyright date on it somewhere. Anyway, it came out a long time ago. Oh well, doesn't matter. It came out a long time ago. It's called Snowed In Winter. She did a
2000?
no, that's her blog.
Oh,
That's her blog.
I just saw that.
And I know that in the past I've seen it on here,
The date.
the copyright date, but I don't know. Anyway, it's just this big.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Can I
And
see it?
excuse me. I have all the threads.
That's cute.
I
Little
keep
birds.
I keep all of the, no, almost all of the Stitching with the Housewives in one project bag. That way all the threads are there. Sorry, my alarm, an alarm of mine's about to go off and I'm trying to turn it off. So I'm going to start this one first, on the 1st, which would be tomorrow. And, or maybe midnight tonight, who knows. And the second one is hands-on design, blackberry, the berry basket. Anyway, again, an Ada project, but this is 18 count Ada.
I want you to do that giant berry that she has for
You
coming
buy
up
it,
for
I'll do
market.
it.
So for market, it's like
Yeah,
a
she made a
giant
big
berry.
one.
Oh, wow.
So I also keep all the hands-on design projects in one project bag because I have a lot of hands-on design projects. I love her stuff. She put out some beautiful things. The owl, the Parliament.
Parliament of Owls, yeah.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute. One says snips, one says hoops, one says glasses.
I don't know.
And the last one is some, I don't know, they're all stitching related. Like the glasses one is wearing glasses and the threads, I think. And they're holding these things and they're charted little, but she made them huge by stitching them on a different count fabric. And then she made them as stand-ups. I was like, oh my gosh, they're so adorable. Anyway, that's me.
Shall I go next? I'll have a
Yeah,
few
go
things to
ahead.
talk about. So my major accomplishment is that after this video, last week I put up a picture, but I'm gonna put another one just to brag about it. I fully finished Hannah's, the stitching that I made. Here's a picture of it. Last week I'd been talking about where I wanted to place the branches, and then I decided to put them at the top, and I think it worked really, really well. The way it happened was I was painting the birds and branches, and I just stood up the frame and I just leaned the stitching in front of it here on the table in front of me while I was painting. And I realized that if I did that and they were flush against the bottom, I had that nice space at the top. And so I was like, oh, that works. So I did it that way. I'm really proud of it. And so I was able to send Hannah her box. So in her box was the GOT that I knit for her, the top. And so this is a picture of that. And then the red beret that I made her some time ago. Here's a picture of both sides of that. And then the big hodola, which is a hooded cowl. And she got the box last night. And this morning she opened it on video for me. And then she sent me a small video of her wearing the sweater. And it fits perfect. It could not be more perfect. I
It
was
looks gorgeous.
So excited. I don't have a still photo of her. That's harder to get. She's at work, and I texted her tonight. I was like, "Can a friend take your picture for the Instagram, for the gram," as I said. And so she sent me a selfie of her with her phone up like this. I'm like, "That's very cute."
Did she wear it to work today?
Yeah. I'm gonna wear it today. Yeah. So she sent me a picture of her in her office. But I'm like, I can't use that. So anyway, I was like, can you please have someone take your picture? Anyway, so that went well. That was my major. I was able to mail that out on Monday. And she got it last night. And then I had a very bad no good day on Tuesday. So I haven't really done much. I have been working on my aunt's sweater, so I don't know how far along it was last week, but I've been trying to put in oops. My first stitch and my thing fell off here. I've been trying to put at least a couple rows in every time I sit down with this. I got all this, I started to plan out Rachel's quilt, so that's in progress. Since I was done with the cross stitch and Hannah's sweater, I don't have any travel knitting, and this is too weird with all the million balls of yarn.
So you had to start something new.
No, I did not. I'm in the mode of finishing things. I don't know if you remember a while ago, remember this cute little bag I got in Boston?
Cute.
This cute bear and this little baby bear. They were looking at the Mona Lisa. Anyway, I got this little bag in a kitchen store of all places. But I made this sock a while ago. And this is a hand knit, not machine knit. And I did start the second one. So, and this is just on 9-inch circulars by, the needles are by Chaigu. I've got this little Chowgu, or however you say it. I got this little needle pack. I love this thing. I don't know, I'm just so weird. Look at these tiny little needles. They're tiny.
They remind me of those itty bitty little screwdrivers that you would get.
Yeah. So I have this set, and I want the hat set, which they're called minis, or shorties, I mean. But anyway, I have this, I don't know why I keep it here, but this sock, I did find this electronically, so I have it saved, but I've had this sock pattern for 100 years. I got it at the, I believe now defunct Joann's. It's a red heart pattern. I was able to find it online, so I have a PDF of it. So this is so old and tattered, but it has my circles of the size. So this is just called self-striping knit socks to be used with their self-striping yarn. But this yarn is not red heart. This yarn is from Hobby Lobby. It's a yarn bee. It was on sale. It's called their Cozy Toes. I don't even know if they make this anymore. But it's a yarn bee. I got it for $1. So I like it a lot, and these are working out to be really close to being twin socks. The stripes are pretty close to each other. So I'm using the yarn as a guide, and I think as soon as I hit one more black stripe here, I'm going to be ready for the heel. So these are pretty close to being done, but I like this because I can take it with me to a concert or whatever and just knit in circles. And pretty soon I have to do the heel, but and this is turning a heel the old-fashioned way, not like I won't say the old-fashioned way, but just like a pretty standard heel flap. And socks are the first thing I knit. Actually, after I initially learned to knit a long time ago, I was like, I want to make socks, which is the craziest thing. You know how I have crazy ideas? Mm-hmm. So that's what got me started on this journey. Anyway, so that's my travel sock knitting. And much to my shame, I just kicked your dog. I am very behind on my snakes. My snakes have not gotten any further than the last time you saw them, I think. This is the Arizona snake. I did get through January, so I'm 28 days behind. And this is Bill the Boston snake, and that's even more than 28 days behind.
Well, that's because you were going gangbusters.
But I was like, I have to get that sweater done. Mm-hmm. I've got to get that cross stitch done. I really, yeah. And I figured I have a whole, there'll be a lull, and I can work on this. So I'm not going to punish myself about my snakes. But they're started, and I'm keeping track of all the temperatures, so whenever I sit down to do it, I can do it. And
it's not like it's a lot of work when you're doing the temperatures.
No. Well, so the way that I'm doing it even if you stay the same color a few days in a row, you have to cut the yarn and start again, and cut the yarn and start again. So it's a little tedious, but it goes pretty fast. It's a nice small circle. So, that is me. I don't have any other grant plans. Although I have been thinking about, that big skein of yarn that I bought. I've been thinking about that a lot. And I realized I need to find a companion for it so I can make that shawl. I still think I'm settled on a brioche shawl. I have not done brioche knitting, and the reversible brioche knitting I've wanted to, and I haven't. So I think I will actually save that yarn and get I need to find the exact right contrast to it, that will look really cool. But
for the reverse,
because it's the brioche is reversible, and so it would be, so you can see the other color, but one color is more prominent. So on one side, that gradient that goes dark to light to dark, which is mostly blue and white with a little bit of red, that will be on one side. And then whatever solid color, I'm going to try to find a solid, and whatever solid color I put on the other side, that will peek through on the variegated side, and the variegation will peek through on the solid side, but one will be more prominent. And so and I like that pattern. Shawl, it has it's called ocotillo, which is a plant here in Arizona. Kind of, you could kind of say it's ugly, but it's patterned, but then at the edges, it's got plant looking triangles like that. And so it's kind of cool. And it's made locally here. It's designed locally, So, but I'm putting that off until I get done with my aunt's sweater. Her birthday is coming up on the 22nd of March, and I have no hope of having this finished by then, which makes me sad. And then I'm like, oh, I'll have it done just in time for summer. But anyway, that's how I roll. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to finish it, and that'll be that. So I'm done. That's me.
Okay, and just a second, I just made
No seconds.
No, I just made a boo-boo, and I had to undo this one stitch, so, and now I can't thread this right now. Under pressure! So, as the month was winding down, I did my second new start, and right now I'm doing a little bit more on the bear. I just trying to finish the little swatch of color here. I've gone all day today, and I have not stitched a stitch until now. So
That was me.
I told myself I would work some more on the bear, and I just been goofing around, watching videos, goofing around, trying to keep my cats from jumping on stuff and whatever. So anyway, so right now I'm just working on this little bit here.
You must not really want to finish that.
I got to the end of the month, and I was like, I'm kind of burnt out because the last few days I was working really hard on something, and I'm like, well, do I stitch some more on this, or do I, work on? And also, I was getting my stuff prepared for next month and finding the threads
got
and things
excited
like
about
that.
That's giving myself grace to just put that down and not
Yeah.
work on it. I've been
So-
working on other things,
Yeah.
but
So I just-
getting ready.
Yeah. So I'll take one day during the month when I'm just really tired of, and I just don't want to stitch anything. And so that's fine. So anyway, this is again the bear, the cottage garden samplings, year in the woods thing.
But he's starting
And
to look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, so he looks really good. Yeah, I was debating about whether to finish this or to finish one of these fronds, and I thought it's because
Do you
of the
think
lighting.
he's playing with his toes?
Yeah,
He's grabbing his toes. Hannah
Yeah.
used to do that when she was a baby.
So yeah, I thought I'd finish this little thing, little sort of teardrop shape, and yeah. So anyway, so I'm doing a little bit more on that, but that was my one of my WIP-GO calls. The second one, the first one was the bald eagle, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But then Hope Snow Angel is what it's called. I worked on, this was my first
Oh, wow.
WIP-GO new start, but I did a little bit more. I fixed that one stitch that I had not crossed. And then I did this little snowdrop thing, and then I did some more going across here. I'm kind of, I have,
This flower is kind of in your face.
oh,
So you gotta
yeah.
hold it higher.
I have, I just did like, one or two more lines down here just to finish. I'm not quite finished with the thread, so I want to finish that, stitch a little bit more just to finish off that thread. But, so that was one of my new starts. But the one I have been working on this past week is one of these, and that's by Twin Peak Primitives, and so is this. I've been doing, oh, sorry,
He's so cute.
Nicholas, this little Santa figure. It's hard to see here, but
You got a lot
show
done.
post a picture. But yeah, so
Wow.
so
You should have been working on that and finishing it. Don't put that away.
no,
Done.
I'm tired of it. Yeah. So I did a lot on Nicholas. It's it's not very big, but one thing that I did do is like I noticed that because the pattern is mostly mirrored, like on his hat and his gloves and whatever, right? And so, but I noticed well, this one is there's one more stitch on this side than on that side, and I thought, well, maybe it's just because of whatever, however they did it. But then I looked at it closely and I thought, no, it's just like there's more stitches on this side than on that side. Like here, it's hard to see, but like you can see it more on this little picture, that his eyebrows are not the same. They're off by one square. So one eyebrow is right over his eye, and the other one is in one square. And I thought if
Humans are like that.
Well, I thought if I had noticed that, I could have fixed that and just fudged around the hat a little bit. Because as it was, I did fudge around the hat a little bit to make it more even on both sides. Like, there's 5 on this side and 6 on this side or whatever. So, I fudged some of the squares here and there to make it more symmetrical. And,
You do love symmetry.
I do. Well, especially because this one is designed that way. I mean, there's a few things that are different, but there's no reason for it not to be. So I fixed some of it. But anyway, so I did almost all of it. I didn't put there's a dark color for the middle of his eyes that I didn't put in yet, and that's kind of what's missing down here, as well as he's got a lantern there. But I did his mittens, and then there's a bunch of back stitching on top here. But so I did, I did quite a bit. But I'm not going to finish it because today is the last day of February, and
And you're sick of it.
I'm sick of it. And of course, this was one of my new starts for the month. So I had 2 new starts and 2 cottage garden samplings things. So then, let me put this out of the way here. So I'm sorry, my back itches. So for next month, my WIPs are another cottage garden samplings thing. Just the last month there were number 7 and number 8, and this month for March is number 9 and then number 20. So 7, 8, 9. When I was filling out my WIP-GO thing, I just was putting all the cottage garden samplings in, kind of in a row. And so 7, 8, and 9 were all these cottage garden samplings in. So this one is the woodpecker, and I got it started. I think last May a year ago, whatever. But so this was the bald eagle that was one of the months for this month, for February, and this is where the woodpecker goes for March. And so last time I worked on it, I barely got his head done, a little bit of his head done. So I'm hoping that to do a lot more on this. Again, because I've kind of been obsessive about getting those little cabins in. I may or may not get to the cabin because it's, you know, down underneath a bunch of stuff. And so I'd like to get the woodpecker's body done. So if I can get it, you know, get down to here, then maybe I'll do the little cabin in there. But this one's very interesting. There's a lot of different trees. On all of these, a lot of these either have, like the bear has those green fronds. A lot of the other ones have, like, you know, green, like pine trees or something like that. And this one has a bunch of different like fall colored trees. So that's very interesting.
We had a woodpecker on our tree.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
There's lots of
yeah.
woodpeckers out here in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It was
pretty.
one that he was in the tree and then he started pecking the house. Robert kept yelling at him from in the house, not going out there, you know, scaring him or anything. But
Yeah, so this is one of the few designs that has like a lot, you know, some bright red like that
Nice.
on there. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. And so I just got one color of red. There's another shade of red that goes in there. And I've got one color of his beak. There's another color of yellow that goes for his beak. And, you know, I've got his eye. Because last time I thought, I've got to put his eye in there. So yeah, so there's some, you know, I got, like I said, a little bit of a start on his head there. So this is one of my WIPs for March. And then the other one, the number 20 call, I got the end, and believe it or not, I didn't have enough WIPs. But so this was one that I bought for the Jingle Ball. This is a class that I took. These little mini stockings, up on the rooftop stockings that by Lindy Stitches. And I did the middle one here with the cardinals on it. And so the one that came up for March is this one with the deer. And so it'll be basically a new start, even though technically I'm calling it a WIP because it's part of this you know series, and they're all going to be on the same fabric. But so this is the cardinal one here, and I did finish it. I just didn't have an FFO'd it. With this pattern, there's like a little template for the stocking shape. They're not very big. They're little, you know, meant to be little ornament kind of things. And then, and I watched the tutorial that she did during the Jingle Ball for how to finish it for the class. And I, you know, took all kinds of notes because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to finish it, you know. We had the access to the videos for like a month. And so I knew I wasn't going to be able to FFO anything because everything's in storage. So like I said, I watched the video, took a bunch of notes and all that. And you know, a lot of it is just basic finishing stuff. But yeah, so I'm going to, you know, measure over a few inches and then do the second one here on this, and it should be fine. This color schemes show up very well, and so I'm looking forward to doing that. So those are my two WIPs. For my two new starts, I have a little bit of a dilemma because I'm not quite sure which fabrics I want to use. I'm thinking of this, which is an unusual choice. I think I was going to do it this way. This is 28 count, I think it's even weave, or it's either even weave or Lugana, but I think it's even weave. I'm not sure. But I dyed this myself. So, but it's very purple. And so I did do a bit of a floss toss on it, and I'm going to show a picture. But I'm thinking that these are the colors that I can't do it. I can't show it here. But anyway, this is for Festive Fruit Bat by the Blue Flower, Janine McGowan of Blue Flower. And So I'm thinking of this fabric for the bat. On the little digital picture she has of it, it was a freebie. During the Jingle Ball, I think it was a freebie. But the little digital rendering that she did, it's done on like a blue background. But I'm thinking
I like that.
of doing it on this because I think all the colors will show up really well and all that. So that's what I'm thinking
This
of
is
doing.
the red of the Christmas hat?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. I think so. Yeah, yeah. So there's that. And then the other one is another Jingle Ball pattern. This is from the Jingle Bell Baubles ornament book. And this one is called Peppermint Parrot. And on this model, it's done on a blue fabric.
Well, that's like a,
That's like a lovebird.
like peach face lovebird.
Yeah, it says, what is it? She said, this design was inspired by the beautiful colors of the rosy-faced lovebird. So this little
I love them.
here. So I was thinking at first of doing it on this fabric. This is a scrap of, I want to say it's linen, tea-dyed linen. And the colors I think would work on that. And I'll show a picture of it. But the other option I found this, this is a blue, this is Ada, 14 count Ada, I think. Yeah. And I think I dyed this myself also. So it's just a light blue, with some modeling, some white modeling. And so I think that would also work on this. This options would also work on here. So I think I might do the blue, but I'm not sure.
I like the blue.
Yeah, I think the blue would work really well.
Mm-hmm.
So, so anyway, those are my two new starts, and they're not of them are very big. The fruit bat is I think like 20 by not quite 60, and the parrot is about 30 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 65, something like that. So neither of them are very big. And so yeah, so that will be my March new starts. And so that's me. That's it.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it is time for question of the week. Last week we asked about your FFO habits, and we have some who create piles, some who, at least one person who was like, I FFO'd something 10 years ago. I don't know what it was, several years ago. But, so it sounds like people are pretty much the same as us. Some do it right away, some do it, put it
I
off.
think it's easier to FFO something if you have,
A particular purpose in
if
mind.
like you're
Yeah.
making it for someone or.
That's what one of our viewers said, that she has a pile and FFOs things, like all at once. Like if she's gonna do a pillow, she'll do all the ones that she wanted to make pillows all at the same time, kind of in
Yeah,
a
that
group.
makes sense.
Otherwise, she just kind of collects them, which I think that's a great idea. Because then you know, like, okay, I'm gonna give this to somebody, or I'm gonna use this for this season, or whatever. So that makes sense. All right, and so this week you all wanted to ask about market.
About market. Are you pre-ordering? Are you gonna wait for things to come out? Or do you have your eye on something that's coming out in market?
So for those of us
Yes.
who don't know, what is market? What are you talking about?
The National Needlework Market is a weekend for retailers. It's not open to the public. It's open to just people who have shops, basically. And so they meet it's like held at a hotel. And so all of the designers that go to market have a store set up in
their
hotel room.
at their suites,
Yeah.
and they put it
So
their shopping room.
yeah, so they have like the front of the room set up as a shop. So all their models are displayed, and their all the patterns all the new patterns for market. Plus they have other patterns that their designers offer. But some of them have fabrics, some of them have threads. There are like thread dyeing companies, fabric dyeing companies, plus designers with their new designs. And so then the retailers take, like Lindy Stitches, she takes a bunch of pre-orders. You sit there and watch, and you say, okay, I want this design and that design and that design. And so you send it you go on their website or whatever, and then they take those pre-orders and they say, okay, I need 5 of these and 4 of these and 3 of these and whatever, many more. But for each person, they know how many they need, and so they go around to all the different retailers and get whatever is in pre-order, plus maybe whatever they want to buy to sell it on their shops, from their shops. But so it's all very tempting.
I don't understand what you said. Wait, you just said, so the retailers, say the people who own a local needle shop will go, and they go to all the different designers' rooms and they pre-order the designs.
No, they
Let's say the attic goes, okay, and they have a list of things that their customers have asked them to buy.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And they'll
customers
find that shop and they'll order from there. And then while they're wandering around, they'll wander into different shops and get stuff they think their customers will like.
I see.
Yeah, and so then when they come
It's a
back
trade
from,
show.
Yeah, when they come back from needlework market, they have patterns to pack up and ship out to people who pre-ordered.
Or for people to come and get.
Or
Like,
they have that's what I mean.
Yeah.
They go and order things for their own stores.
right, right.
Yeah, well, they don't necessarily order them.
For
they
their own
pick them up.
customers.
They buy them
They
right there.
pick them up, yeah.
No, sometimes they order them.
Well, yeah,
Depends.
but I mean,
If that designer has run out of whatever she
Yeah.
took,
yeah,
I say she, could be a he, took,
Oh,
then,
I see.
yeah.
So
It's
right now,
a trade show.
right now you can go on the designers' sites and see what they're taking. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like
So,
I
like,
just,
you could-
I watched Tiny Modernist this morning and I'm like going, She has a flamingo pattern
Oh no.
and you finish
no.
it with little legs,
yeah. She
you
said,
know,
she
and
said,
it's 2 flamingos and a leaf and a hyacinth flower. And I'm like, she has it put in a plant. Do I have plants? No, I still want it.
she has it finished like those long flamingos. So she ordered some little like metal rod things like off Amazon, and so they're kind of poked into the bottom of this stuff. She finished them as a pillow. Finished each item as a pillow. So she has 2 flamingos, and they have like the 2 little legs like this, and she has them stuck in a plant. And then also there's she had a leaf on one little stem thing, and the flower on another.
But Beth was going, well, maybe you can make it, do something and make it, more flat rather than that.
Rather than finishing as pillows.
Because
you
there
can
was,
just-
if a plant comes to me and not Beth, it ends up a
Dead.
dried oak dead thing. I have a black thumb. And I was like, well, I could stitch them separately and then take that leaf and just put it everywhere. And then on one of those leaves, I can put a couple of flowers, yeah, I could do it. Am I going to? I'm not going to pre-order that. I might buy it later on.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I'm like, there's one thing that I have my eye on, there's a lot of them I love, a lot of them Hands-on Design has the giant berry that Beth was alluding to, a Parliament of Owls that are so cute. Just all kinds of really, really good designs coming out. But there's one, I put a picture of it here. I have no use for it. I don't need it. I want it. I want it. You know how we say that I go for the cute?
Yeah.
Which one is? Well,
It's
the animals.
the animals wearing hats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There's one called Meanie Weenies.
That one's hilarious
That's,
too.
that's very funny. It's little this
Like
person.
the weenie dogs?
Yeah, has
Oh,
weenie
cute.
dogs, and one of them is in front of a little house that says "Keep Out," and the other one is like standing by a fire hydrant and it says "Mine."
Cute.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah. You told me about this. You showed me this.
Yeah.
That's cute.
And Tiny Models also has a crocodile. Like I did the chameleon. Well, it was
yeah.
part of that kind of series.
yeah, that
And
one's
because
so
they
cute.
have a little black border thing around them, so
Yeah.
the crocodile is one of those. And then I also have done a couple of those Mouse's Lucky Day, Mouse's Day Out, Mouse's Christmas decorating. So she's got, I think she said about 10 of them, and so I'm like, I want them all.
Oh no.
But the newest one is. I don't remember what the name of it is, but it's this mouse, and she has there's a Canada goose there, and some other things like that.
Oh, neat.
So it's very cute.
So our question is, do you participate in market? Do you pre-order? Do you wait till they come to your shop? Or are you participating and anticipating that? When does that happen next week?
It happens. I think
Market is next weekend, but a lot of them are saying, this deadline for pre-ordering. But that doesn't mean that's the only thing they're going to buy, and they're not. Even if it's a market exclusive, it's only exclusive for the shops that are there.
Right.
And so it could be in your local L&S.
Right.
And if it's not in like a month or so, then they can order it anyway.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I was going to say that, I think Steph that works for Keepsakes, I think she said their ordering deadline is March 4th at the close of business Eastern time. So theoretically, like on Monday, when I'm feeling rich, I could go and order something. But so.
And then you're not rich.
So yeah. So their deadline is the 4th. And so then the market is the following weekend. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't talk about this during my segment, but when you were talking about cross stitch, I was like, I actually have no desire for any more cross stitch, but the Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow, I'll put a picture here, but I don't have it with me, but it's got panels that have I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day, that carol, and then it's got other kind of more random panels, including the one I made already. And I told Mark, I was like, I showed it to him, and he kind of had a positive response to the design itself. But I was like, I think I'm going to make just the carol panels, because I really like those. And I think it's an even number. I want to say it's 6 panels, so that you could frame them each and have the whole carol, on the wall, or put them in a frame by themselves or something. So I think I might think about that, because I liked, because each of the panels is on
Your
a separate
FFO
page.
was so beautiful.
And I'm really proud of that. I really was really pleased.
Well, the stitching was beautiful too.
Yeah.
And you did it so fast.
I did, because you know why? Because it was motive based. When it's just like a little thing, I can grasp that better than like where there's like the massive colors. Well, kinda, yeah. Hi, dog. I think the dog is.
The dog said, I think you're done.
I think you're done. You've been talking for a while.
But we have stories to tell.
All right. Yeah. One of the reasons I didn't get much things done is that everybody knows, I think, if you've been with us for a while, I bought my son's Switch from him, his little game console, and then we have it hooked up to the TV. And I've been playing Kirby, right? And in the last week, 2 weeks, I discovered Zelda, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh my goodness.
And it is very fascinating. I'm not good at fighting. And let's see, Tuesday was the very bad, no good day. I can't even tell you why. It was just bad. It was bad all the way around. Well, I will tell you why. Monday, so I work the weekend concert, so that means Monday I get off, right? That should be a good thing, right? But not at season launch time. So it was actually more stressful for me to take that day off because on Tuesday when I went in, I was so behind. And then I literally I got called into an emergency meeting at 12:30, and then I had a 1 o'clock, and I had a 2 o'clock, and I had a 3 o'clock, and I had a 4 o'clock. I'm not kidding. So Tuesday I got no work done. And then I was late because I had to finish some work after all those meetings, and we had to go to orchestra. So it was a horrible day, and I didn't get any knitting done. And when I got home late from orchestra, Eli was playing Zelda on the Switch that he probably regrets selling me now. And so I couldn't play that. So on Wednesday, I came home and after dinner, I was like, I'm going to play Zelda. And all of a sudden, it was midnight. And I'm like, and on Thursday, I was supposed to go up, all the way up to North Scottsdale or actually almost Scottsdale, technically Phoenix, for a concert at night, that I had to be there at 9. So it means I had to leave at 8, which means I had to be up early and shower and all that. But here it was midnight, and I was like, but, and then I was like, okay, I gotta stop playing this. And I was like, but I haven't knit in days. I'm just gonna do a couple rows of this and watch that show called, on HBO Max, called The Pit.
Oh, I want to see that.
So
Is that the medical thing, like ER?
Yeah, but it is actually, so every episode is 1 hour of a shift, and it is so good, very realistic. All these doctors I see online are like, they've got it right. Anyway, so I was like, I'll watch one episode of that. So then it was maybe 1 o'clock, maybe 2 o'clock, and I was like, I'm getting too sleepy to knit. Let's put it away. And then I went into this zombie mode, where you're like scrolling and you're like watching this and you scroll. And I know that I slept in my chair, like somewhere in there somehow. And then I'm like, oh, it's really late. I should go to bed. And I literally am sitting there like this. And then I kind of wake up and I'm like, I should go to bed. And I couldn't move. I don't understand what happened. I went into this zombie mode. And then, I was like, okay, I go to the bathroom and then go to bed. And when I was ready I came out of the bathroom and I thought, oh wait, gosh, it must be 3 a.m. It was 6 a.m.
Oh my God.
My alarm goes off at 7. And I was like, my phone was like 8%. And I'm like, I should just sleep in the living room so I don't disturb Mark. And I have to get up in a minute anyway. And I was like, wait, I need to plug my phone in anyway. So anyway, I went to bed and I realized that I had to message a colleague about something about the concert. I knew she would be up like a normal person, so I messaged her and then I was like, okay, try to sleep. And I'm like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Okay, go to sleep. Go to sleep. And I couldn't sleep. And I did sleep for a little while and I made it on time. But so so for Tuesday and Wednesday I was just a nightmare. And Thursday. So then I came home and ate dinner on Thursday. I went to the concert, played the concert. When I was there, my eyes were like dry. And anyway, I went to work, I got home, and right as I was turning into the street, I started to feel like I can't drive a single minute more. We ate dinner, I went to bed like at, I don't know, 9 o'clock, and which is super early for me. Woke up at 5:30. So my whole week has been crazy.
Wednesday, I picked up a subclass that starts at like 11:30. And then I had another class afterward. So it was going to be a long day, right? Tuesday, the dog decides to wake me up at 3:30 a.m. Can I go back to sleep? I cannot. So I got up and I crocheted for a while. I read for a while. I'm like, I need to sleep. I swear I was a zombie all that day. Because when your sleep gets disturbed in a strange way, your body tries to compensate for you, but you find yourself driving on automatic pilot and going, if they pulled me over, they'd think I was drunk.
Oh no.
You know, I wasn't that bad, but you know, driving sleepy is just as bad. And so there's times when I'm like, maybe I should pull over and get a Coke. A Diet Coke, of course. But, yeah.
Oh man, it was bad. And so now today, because I woke up so early, I was like, I'm gonna knit. Maybe I'll actually do some exercise. And, you know, and I was like, I was ready for work. Like, if I leave now, I'm gonna be an hour early to work. I told Mark, I'm gonna go to the grocery store. And he's like, right now? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be an hour early to work. So I went to the store, and then I was still early to work. It's so weird. I had the weirdest week, just the weirdest week. Oh my gosh. So, but this weekend at the Symphony is Bugs Bunny concert. So it's all the bugs, and I saw some of rehearsal today. It's so cool. We're going tomorrow night. And Mark has wanted to go to this concert since the brochure came out a year ago.
Good for him.
So we're going tomorrow, and so that'll be a lot of fun.
I think, well, you know, I think that people don't realize how much classical music is in Bugs Bunny.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
How much just music in general, but you know, they used to put classical music in cartoons. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. Yep. No, it's great. And so I went to rehearsal and I was watching, like, oh my gosh, it looks so hard. It's so hard. All the little just even the Warner Brothers theme is like, I don't think I could play that. But so that'll be fun this weekend.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, Eli and I are taking a photography class.
Photography.
Photography. It was his birthday, his Christmas present. So
He's a very good photographer.
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
But he's enjoyed taking pictures for a while.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. But I think that I have got to go. Gotta go home and feed my hubby. Because I literally walked out of work. Of course, it's season launch time, which means we're getting the season's been set, and now we have to do all the marketing materials, and it's just, so much work. So I walked out of work, got home, got my stuff, came here. So he's like, are we going to have dinner at some point? I'm like, well, you ate yesterday.
That's what I always tell my cats. You have to feed you every day.
No, that's what I said. I have a colleague at work who just got married, and I'm like, what's going to happen is you realize you have to feed them every day. That's not to say my husband can't feed himself, but you know how it goes, ladies, you know how it goes. So anyway.
It's like, what is it? You have to figure out how to feed.
What to eat every day until you die. That's right.
Yeah.
That's the worst part of growing up.
That's what I always say when I lived on my own. It's like, yeah, I know how to cook enough so that I don't die of starvation, but that's about it.
So
I've never been an adventurous.
Robert still says, "Mom, what's for dinner?" Okay.
There's a
I'm
movie.
like, whatever you make.
Yeah, there's a movie. What was it? 2 Weeks Notice.
Yes.
Where this one guy's saying, you know, like I know, you know, like he's like, oh, I know all about women and all this stuff. And he goes, I know when I get home, my mom's gonna have dinner on the table. And the other guy goes, so you live with your mother? And he's like, yeah.
Yep.
Well, Robert lives with us because he's a good son, not because he can't live somewhere else.
But yeah, I know. It's like dinner every day, breakfast.
That's why I like the aggressive tutorials that she does, food
Yeah.
tutorials, right? She goes, I have dishes in the sink and I'm really tired, but my kids are hungry and so I have to cook.
Have you seen? Okay. Have you seen? You know those Instagram videos or those TikToks, whatever, where it's like this very, you know, kind of always tries to. I don't know. Like makes you feel bad because you're not so great. Like, you know, the music's real soft, and she's like, and then I did, you know, my kids wanted such and such, and so I, you know, it's like all this organic and stuff. Well, so there's you know, everything from scratch and all that, and then there's a spoof account, and this woman's like, my children wanted a glass of water before bed, so I went outside and I harvested the organic water, and she's like, with like little ice cubes, and then I shaked some fresh water on top, and then, you know, I boiled the water from the seas of, you know, I don't know, it is hysterical, and it's like that, just that vibe of those super mom videos, you know, it's so funny, people are so clever.
Oh, the one thing I was going to talk about was that the mean Wendy's lady. You and I went to go to the drive-thru at Wendy's, and we usually have, you know, 2 separate orders in the cart because she buys whatever for herself and I buy whatever for myself.
Let's just say I'm the aggressive person in drive-thru many times.
So we pulled up to the drive-thru thing, microphone thing, and this lady, you know, asked what we wanted, and he said, we have 2 orders in the car. And this lady goes, oh, I can only do 1 order in the drive-thru. And Eve said, well, I'll just drive around again and do the second order. So then she goes, okay, what do you want? And so, yeah, it was, you know, kind of an experience. And because she wasn't really rude, but she kind of had a rude voice.
She was rude because I said I wanted that mint Girl Scout Frosty. I didn't know I had to pick chocolate or vanilla. I just wanted the mint Frosty.
Yeah.
She goes, chocolate or vanilla? I'm like, the mint one. Yeah, but chocolate or vanilla?
Yeah, she was kind of like, kind of rude.
Okay, vanilla. And then Beth wanted a mint Frosty, and she said, you can't get that with the keychain.
Yeah, I was going to get a free one, you know, the little free Frosty, because I bought a keychain a while back.
And then she says, so do you want chocolate or vanilla? And it sounded like she was going to let Beth get the Girl Scout thing.
Yeah.
But that wasn't what she meant.
Yeah,
no.
she just meant, you know, do you want a chocolate or vanilla free one?
She should have said, do you want to order a bigger one, or do you want the free one?
Yeah, do you want to buy one or whatever? Because when she said that, I kind of assumed that she had just given in because I was ordering something else too. But so, you know, I mean, I didn't really care exactly, but if I'd have known that I was going to have to pay for it, then I would have just bought that one by itself. But when she went right away to chocolate or vanilla, I assumed that, you know, that
because that was what she was asking me.
And so anyway, but like I said, she was kind of like perfunctorily polite, but with a mean voice, you know. So
That's like polite.
There's a person that works at the one on Desert Parkway. She sounds like a machine. It's beautiful voice, very clear diction, but
she sounds
am
like
I
AI.
talking to a machine? Or is that a person? And you drive up and there she is, and she talks like that again in front of you.
Like that. I told you about that lady at it was Panda Express. one day Eli and I went for dinner, and she asked me like this, and what else would you like, and would you like some sauce, and would you la da da, and I'm like,
No, this is
okay,
like,
how many do you want?
oh, what kind of McDonald's? Are you using our left today? But she just sounds so much like a computerized voice, or a robot, or something.
So when I was in the box office, talking to people all day long, and I remember this one man called and was really, really angry and kept yelling at me, and I was like, sir, you need to stop yelling at me. You need to stop raising your voice at me. And I was trying to explain things to him, and he was just being horribly rude. And I got off the phone, and my colleague was like, well, you were using your mom voice.
Well,
Have you seen that TikTok with the customer service person gets somebody who's yelling at her, I want to speak to somebody higher than you. So I'm the highest one, and then she starts praying.
Yes.
Please help this woman understand that when you spend more money that you actually have, that there are charges on your account.
That's the highest power you can
There's-
get. Yeah. I really gotta go.
Yeah,
but,
we gotta go.
yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us this week. We hope you got a lot of stitching done while you were listening.
I want to be in the video.
Yeah, I've gotta go feed the man. So, and I'm also extremely tired. And also I might play Zelda later. Anyway. Thanks for
Oh,
joining.
last time when you mentioned Zelda, I was gonna say, when I used to play with the symphony, we did a night of
Video game music?
Of video game music, or pop music, and that
Zelda Breath of the
was
Wild,
in it.
yeah. It's really nice. It's really nice music. So we hope you have a great weekend. Happy March, and we will see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye.